Rob lives our values, and among other things, he has increased the representation of diverse executives across ESPN. He's been a resource, a mentor, and coach to myself and other leaders, particularly our Black leaders across the company. And quite frankly, he's sort of the conscience and the soul of ESPN. When I think about the social justice movement of last year, much of Rob King's voice and his influence on our journalistic product, on our editorial, and on our culture was highly impactful in moving our company forward and in bringing our people together. At ESPN, we have a saying, and that is that good leaders make others better. And I'm here to tell you that Rob King is a good leader. He has touched just about every corner of the ESPN business, and with his fingerprints on it, he's made things just a little bit better in every place where he has played.
So Rob pushes diversity and inclusion at the company in a few ways, by being in the room, most importantly, right? That idea that we talk about, the idiom, have a seat at the table, that's realistic. And that's what Rob represents. I've actually been in meetings where Rob challenges show groups, what does the makeup of this show look like? How diverse is it? How varying are the opinions? It's something that he takes with him really consistently, from a larger perspective, foundationally to the company, and in a smaller perspective on just simply what we're doing with segments. So when I first found out that Rob was getting awarded, I thought, give him all the awards. The man gave me a job. I work where I work because of Rob King. Give him every award. No, honestly, it's very fitting for someone who I believe's life work is, yes, this space, but more importantly, opening this space up for more people. So I know Rob certainly doesn't do it for the awards, but it's really nice for your peers and for people to recognize the work that you do privately, publicly, and that you've been doing. So I'm so proud of him, and he's so worthy.
I've had the great fortune of working with Rob King for a little under 4 years now, but I've known him for a lot longer than that. And Rob is an incredibly thoughtful leader. He's compassionate, he's caring, he's incredibly supportive of his colleagues around the table, of folks that report to him, folks across the organization. He's a fantastic teammate. He's the first person to call out a victory or to celebrate an individual. And he's just so well regarded, both around the senior leadership table, but also across and throughout the entire ESPN organization. And when I first heard that Rob was being recognized by NAMIC as a next generation leader, I was not even remotely surprised. The first thought that went into my head was, of course, so well deserving of this recognition, of this honor. Rob is indeed a next generation leader. And again, it's that amazing combination of intelligence and compassion. My kids like to say compassion is the new cool, and Rob is as cool as they come. He's also really fostered an environment, a culture at ESPN that is focused on diversity and inclusion. And it hasn't just been talk. Rob backs it up in every way, shape, and form. But the best example is Rob's leadership on the Inclusive Content Committee at ESPN, where we have diverse group of executives get together regularly on a recurring basis, meeting to assess our various content initiatives across the organization and across the various content departments to make sure that we are contemplating, considering, thinking about diversity and inclusion as we engage in our various storytelling endeavors. And again, Rob has led the charge here on that council, and we're incredibly grateful to him.
I'm deeply honored to be a recipient of a Next Generation Leader Award. This award, given by NAMIC, which has done such incredible work for so many people and continues to do that work every day, means one thing to me. It means I kept my promise to Alice Bonner. Now, Alice Bonner was one of my early mentors in life. And before I went to my first day of work at my first job at a newspaper in Danville, Illinois, as an editorial cartoonist, Alice Bonner told me that this is not a world in which I could just walk into the office, draw my little cartoon, and go home without affecting other people's lives. There were too few of us in newsrooms for us to be that self-absorbed. I've never forgotten that. And I've tried, ever since Alice said that, to keep that in mind as I work with colleagues, as I try to help make our environments more welcoming, places where we feel as though we can be our true selves and deliver our greatest work. I think of Alice Bonner's treaty as one of my mission statements. I got 2 full-time jobs, and this is a job that I will always do. I want to say thank you to NAMIC. I want to say thank you to all the amazing bosses I've had throughout my newspaper career, and certainly at ESPN, including the folks that I work with right now, every day, as I said, working to make things better and better, more inclusive, delivering the feeling of belonging, and becoming a better business because all of us are involved. I'm just honored and humbled, and I also want to say I regret not being in person with everyone so that I could congratulate the other recipients. This is a fantastic gift, and I'm so appreciative.